Did you know that Social Security only replaces about 40% of your pre-retirement income? That's not nearly enough for most people to live on comfortably.
Wow, that's a staggering fact, Susie. I've heard a lot about saving for retirement, but hadn't really grasped how significant that shortfall is. So, what do people do to bridge that gap?
Great question, Adam. Many experts recommend having around 10 times your final salary saved up by the time you retire. But even that number isn't set in stone. It kind of depends on your lifestyle and spending desires.
Right? So if someone wants to travel the world versus being more frugal, the amount they need would differ?
Exactly. If you aim for something like $100,000 in annual retirement income, you need to first think about your withdrawal rate. The 4% rule is often suggested, where you withdraw 4% of your total retirement savings each year.
The 4% rule. It sounds straightforward, but what if the market dips significantly? Wouldn't that affect the withdrawals?
That's a valid concern, Adam. The 4% rule isn't perfect and doesn't adapt well to market fluctuations. However, it's a good starting point. To get that $100,000, you'd simply multiply it by 25, which gives you the magic number of $2.5 million.
$2.5 million? That seems overwhelming at first glance. But breaking it down, it's actually manageable if you start saving early and have a good income, right?
Precisely. Plus, you can use strategies like a systematic investment plan, or SIP, to gradually build your savings by investing a set amount every month. For example, if you're 47, and with an average annual return of 10%, you can use an SIP calculator to see what your monthly contributions should be.
Let's open up a systematic or periodic investment plan calculator, which you can easily find on Google. The link to this calculator is also given in the description below. Let's assume your current age is 47. Now, assuming 10% average annual returns, let's fill the required cells. For this example as discussed, your savings goal is $2.5 million. Initial investment is, say, $10,000 to start with. You may further change this initial amount at your convenience. Now, years to grow is the investment period, which is 20 years. Estimated interest rate is, say, 10%, and now press calculate. And bang, the results are in. So if you invest $3,540 every month, over the next 20 years, you will reach your goal of $2.5 million.
Please note that the specific amount you must invest depends upon the period you are invested in and the expected rate of returns.
Now, if the annual rate of return increases to, say, 12%, the monthly investment required to reach your goal will now reduce to roughly $2,780 only. In the next scenario, if you change your investment period to, say, 30 years, the monthly investment required to reach your goal will now reduce to roughly $1,180 only.
This proves that investing over a longer time frame allows you to contribute less money each month while still achieving your financial target.
Exactly. Beginning your investment journey earlier can help you reach your goal more quickly and with less frequent contributions.
So, what you're saying is, even though $100,000 sounds like a daunting figure, most people won't actually need that much unless they were already making around $250,000 per year.
That's correct. Most people aim to replace about 70% to 80% of their salary in retirement, with Social Security providing roughly 40%. So really, you'd need your investments to cover the remaining 30% to 40%.
That's so interesting. If someone calculates that they need, say, $40,000 from their investments annually, they'd only need around $1 million saved up using that same 4% rule.
Exactly. And everyone can personalize their plan using an SIP calculator to discover their monthly investment amount based on their target and the time they have left to retire.
And the best part is, once you know that figure, you can set up automatic contributions to your 401k or IRA, making it so much easier to stay on track.
Right. The first steps are understanding how much you'll need and then consistently working towards that goal. And it's never too early to start.
It makes me think about how small, consistent steps can really add up to something substantial over time. Very motivating.
Absolutely, it's all about playing the long game. Thanks for joining us on today's episode. But if you found this discussion helpful, don't forget to follow or subscribe to hear more. Until next time.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Stay informed and take care.
This is your host, Susie, signing off for tonight. Goodbye.